Hey guys, how are you all? I've never done one of these before. I'm a little bit nervous. I feel a bit starstruck. I thought we could do a little get to know me, sit down, chat about, or I put a story box up on, a question box up on my story, sorry, my brain. I've been in this hair makeup outfit. I'm literally just in trackies. I've been in this all day for over 12 hours and I'm feeling a little bit disheveled. So ignore that. But I've got myself a blanket. Max has actually just got the fire going for the first time this winter autumn season, so it's warming up in here, but it's been so cold lately. So I've got a blanket, I've got a heat pack, I also have my cup of tea. I hope you have yours. We can enjoy a little treat together while we sit and chat. Yeah, I thought we could answer a few questions. So I guess we'll just get right into it. I put a story box up, a question box up on my story, and I got so many questions from you guys, so I've screenshotted a bunch. And these are basically just the most asked ones on there. We'll see how many of these we can smash out, because there's like 50 here that I've screenshotted. And one thing about me, I could talk the ears off a chair. Is that even a phrase? Anyway, I could. There's no ears on a chair, but I could talk the ears off of it. My name's Maya, if you're new here. To start us off, I've got a bunch of questions here about what I do for work, how I make money, what I wanted to do before I started doing this, basically how I've done it. So let's go through all of those. First one is, what do you do for work? Do you have another job? I don't. I do social media full time actually, which is so cool and so fun and so unexpected living in a small town. I live quite rurally on a farm, so it's not something I ever really like kind of believed I would be able to do living here. But it was such a simple question. I'm already making it so deep. What do I do for work? I do social media full time. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube now. I started on Pinterest actually. That is another question that I had, was how did you start creating content? I always wanted to do it. I honestly thought that I was going to be a fitness YouTuber. Like the Whitney Simmons, a Josie Gardner, I used to follow her. I thought I was going to be one of those girls. I was going to be a Gymshark girl. I was going to be a fitness influencer. I got my Cert 3 in fitness and I was going to get my Cert 4 to do personal training so that I could post plans online. And I just really thought that's where my life was going when I was like 15, 16. I was a huge gym junkie. I'm going to get Max in later in the Q&A to answer some questions about us. I feel like we could answer them together. He's watching footy at the moment. He's watching his team and I shouldn't interrupt him. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, I thought I was going to be a fitness influencer. Hilarious, because I barely work out now. I had a very, very toxic relationship with exercise and food back then. It was really quite bad. So I went cold turkey from exercise for quite a while, and that kind of changed that trajectory for me. The dream changed. I still have ended up on social media, just not in the way that I thought. I started posting on Pinterest actually. I would re-pin people's pins and like curate a feed, and I would take aesthetic photos, and I started on Pinterest because I was anonymous on there. So it was the least threatening, scary way for me to get into social media. I have a vivid memory of us on a family holiday up the coast, and I remember laying in bed so late one night just repinning because all of a sudden I had like 100,000 monthly views and I was like, oh my god, I'm going viral. Anyway, that just kind of like gave me the confidence to go for it. I don't know why, just in my head I thought, you know what, if I can do it on this app, I can figure out how to do it on another app and have, like, build a following. That's all I wanted. I didn't necessarily understand how much money was in social media, especially this was like, I started, I think 5 years ago, 2021, I believe, is when I started pinning on Pinterest. But yeah, like 10 years ago when I thought I was going to be a fitness YouTuber, I had no idea what the money thing was. I thought I was going to be like a personal trainer or work at a gym or a nutritionist or something on the side. I just always had this like want to be on camera and edit and film and meet people. I don't know. Anyway, on top of that, is your job secure enough? Do you make much money on social media consistently? Yes, I make a full-time living on social media now. That took me a while. I basically went from Pinterest pinning to doing like little Instagram photo shoots on the back streets of my town, which I look back on now with like, oh, she was trying her hardest. And then from there, I had a family friend who owns a business. She asked me if I could do content for her business, and she kind of saw some value in me, and I was like, yes, great, like absolutely. So I started, I became the social media manager at my surf shop that I worked at. And then I started doing content for her, like this other lady who owned a business, the family friend. And then from there, I literally just started contracting to businesses all around town, and doing all of their social media because no one was really doing it at the time, and loved it. So I was a social media manager, freelancer from about the age of 19. I was doing my own thing. And that was my job. And then, yeah, slowly but surely, I just decided I wanted to be putting all of that effort into my own thing. Slowly transitioned over maybe 2 years, I want to say. That's just off the top of my head. It took me a while to like get to the point where I was earning full-time, like decent income off of it. I also worked in a bakery out of school. I worked at Viterra in harvest time, seasonally. I was a babysitter, a nanny, and then, yeah, freelance social media manager, and now an influencer. Somebody asked, what would you be doing if you weren't an influencer? That is so easy for me to answer. I always thought that I would be either an obstetrician gynecologist or a midwife. I'm just obsessed with babies, pregnancy, birth, the whole thing. I just think it's the most incredible, fascinating, just like beyond me experience, and I'm so intrigued by it, always have been. I remember sitting on my next door neighbor, like childhood best friend, next door neighbor's couch, and we would watch, I think it was called Call the Midwife or something, and we would watch midwifery shows. And I loved it. That was when I was like 10. So since then I've watched birth vlogs, I watch all the midwife shows on TV, I've watched it all, I've rewatched it all, I watch all of the midwifery episodes that are posted to YouTube. I've seen it all. I know an absurd amount about birth and pregnancy and babies, and I have 3 little sisters, but 2 of them are 13 and 14 years younger than me. So I was a teenager when they were born. So I saw my mum go through pregnancy and birth and having a newborn. So I was firsthand to all of that right in the midst of my teenage years. It was a great contraception, but I got like firsthand experience with everything that I was learning and seeing and interested in. I got to actually see it firsthand with my little siblings, and it was incredible. And it honestly, it has made the passion even stronger. I love it. I've always kind of seen myself, you know, if I got super rich one day, maybe I would go become a mature age student and become a midwife for fun. After my career, after I've had kids, I can go and be the little old lady who's helping people, holding hands and giving birth and just being a part of it, and just having like such a passion for it and wanting to be involved. I can so see myself doing that at like 50 or 60. Somebody said, what did you do at uni and why did you stop? I didn't actually stop university. I never went. I did get into paramedicine, but the funny thing is at this time, so I had quite a big accident, which we might go into if it's one of the questions. When I was 17, I broke my neck, and it like really scared me, and I decided I don't want to, like I did almost kind of die, and it really scared me, and I decided I'm not gonna put off the things that I want to do, because I always thought social media was such a scary thing to get into. Like, why would, like, so embarrassing when you live in a small town, people are going to judge me. And then I just realized like life is just far too short, so I went for it. Being 17, I was still in school, and I didn't really admit that to anyone, so I just went with the whole, yeah, I'm going to become a paramedic. I just ran with it because it impressed people, and people loved hearing that, and they're like, wow, a paramedic. But if I had have said, yeah, I'm going to be an influencer, they would have laughed in my face, and I know it, and fair enough, because it was, especially 6, 7, 8 years ago while I was in school, like that was not a thing. I said I was going to be a paramedic, I got into paramedicine, and I never went. If you haven't realized, I say and like all the time. I really need to try and stop myself. Oh, Max, hun, I left you a green tea on the table. How old are you? I'm 23. I'm actually turning 24 in 1 week today. I'm 24 on the 28th of May. Honestly, what the fuck is 23? 23 has been such a weird age. So many great, incredible things have happened, but like 23 is such a strange age. I don't know if anyone else has felt like that, but Sadie and I, my best friend, have been talking about, like, for us specifically, like, we're not engaged, married, having babies, buying houses right now, like, none of that stuff. So it just feels weird. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing here? Who's your favorite music artist? Rihanna. I also love Sabrina Carpenter. I also love a lot of bands. I grew up listening to bands with my parents, so loved the Foo Fighters, Matchbox 20, Killing Heidi, like anything in that realm. Love. I also love ABBA. I love a lot of music. I really don't discriminate. Except for like what's the music that you listen to, Max? The bus music? Like club music? Like the headbanger? Techno. I don't love that. Max loves that sort of stuff. It just doesn't hit my ears right. How old were you when you moved out? I was 19. Max and I moved in together straight away, actually. We did long distance before he moved home, and then at 19 we moved into this house, so we've been here for a while. Do you ever feel like you spend too much time with Max and need to be alone, you know? No, absolutely not. I always say to him, if I could live in his skin, I would. Like, I could be attached to his hip. I could be with him 24/7 and I wouldn't get sick of it. I mean, I do need my time apart. How did you and Sadie meet? Sadie and I met at high school. I went to a really small primary school and then moved to a big area school in another town for high school, and Max was actually going to that school. He and Sadie, grew up together. Basically like pretty much neighbors. They grew up really close as friends, didn't you? And then, yeah, Sadie and I became best friends, and he became best friends with some of my childhood friends. And I don't know, it's just all, our lives just connected like that, and it's just, yeah, it's quite the story. I had like 2 friend groups in high school and she was in one of them, and we always clicked, but like we were never like this in high school, never best friends. We were good friends. She's just the best. I love her so much. Your scariest high school experience. This is kind of like, I really need to not beat a dead horse, but to be quite honest with you, breaking my neck in high school was the scariest. I don't think anything scarier has happened to me, and I hope it never does. But yeah, when I was 17, as I said, I broke my neck. Max and I were long distance. He was flying home for the first time in like 3 months maybe, and I went to pick him up from the airport. We're having a heat wave. It was actually one of the hottest days in South Australia, or in the country actually, on record. It was about 50 degrees literally, and I picked him up from the airport. We dropped his stuff off at his house, then drove past my house to grab our boogie boards because we were going to go bodyboarding. That didn't happen. And then went straight to the beach, and I dove under a wave, long story short, got caught in it and washing machined and smashed my head on a sandbank, and then couldn't find the roof, couldn't find my way out of the water, and got bad whiplash on the way back up as well. But when I got to the top of the water, I knew immediately that something was wrong. Like, it was instant, and I was holding my neck, and my bikini top had fallen off. I was a mess, and I yelled out the back because Max and his sister had like made it through the wave and were through with flying colours, and I wasn't. Okay, I just need to shut that door. I'm getting confused. The football was blaring and I was having trouble concentrating on more than one thing. Yeah, I screamed out, I hit my head, and he was like, go in. And I walked myself to the shoreline, laid literally on the edge of the water stupidly, but I was so scared that as soon as I got there, I just laid down. And he was like, you know, surely you're fine. Like, come on, like, we need to get you out of the water because the tide was coming in. It was the evening. And the water was like, literally, by the time he got to me, it was already going up my body. I refused to move. So he put me on one of the boogie boards and dragged me up the beach. Very quick thinking. And yeah, turned out that I broke my C5. No, it was my C5 in 4 places. An unstable fracture. It was really, really scary. The scariest few months of my life. I was in a neck brace for 2 months. I was in hospital for a week. or like 5 days, I think. And it was right before Christmas. It was the 19th of December. I'd say that probably trumps everything else, but I'm fine now. I was very, very lucky. I very easily could have been a quadriplegic or dead. Very, very easily. I got so lucky, so very grateful. But it took me a long time to get to this point to be able to, that was 19th of December 2019. So it was almost 7 years, 6.5 years ago. Holy shit. It's taken me a long time to get to this point where I can just talk about it freely and joke about it. It doesn't upset me quite as much or much at all anymore. What are your thoughts on Secret Lives of Mormon Wives? Love it. Hooked in. I've loved it since it came out. Always been a Whitney stan, and that I will die on that hill. Always have loved Whitney since the first season. I never faltered. Didn't love the dad talk of last season. What does your boyfriend do for work? He is a builder. He actually finished his apprenticeship last year. Yeah, he's a very, very, very handy man. He can do anything. It's great. We've got a new
special guest.
Yeah, special guest, but he's had to pull up the couch so that he can lay on it because he just couldn't fathom sitting on the hard floor.
Some people work so hard that sitting on the hard floor hurts their back.
True.
My body is knackered.
Yeah. Alright, so I thought we could answer some of the questions that involve Max with the man himself so that he can pop his 2 cents in. The first one is, how did you and your boyfriend meet, or how did you and Max meet? I got so many of these. And I haven't talked about this for a long time. I used to talk about it on TikTok all the time, didn't I? But we met...
My boyfriend Max.
We met at school. So as I was saying before, I went to a really small primary school, not with Max, in a completely different town. My primary school had 70 kids, and from reception to year 7, and then we went to an area school which had about 400 kids, which was reception to year 12, or kindy to year 12. Max went to that one for his whole schooling, apart from, we'll get into that. And I went to this small primary school. One of my best friends there, he moved to the area school early and became best friends with Max. And I had never heard of Max before.
And now he gives me haircuts.
Yeah, now he gives his haircut. They're still friends, clearly. But I had never heard of Max before. We lived 20 minutes apart our entire lives growing up, and we'd never heard of each other, never met, nothing. Then I moved to the area school to go to high school, and that's when we met. We met in year 8. I vividly remember... I've told you this. I vividly remember seeing you for the first time. And he remembers seeing me for the first time too.
Oh,
I remember.
No, it wouldn't have been the first time I saw you.
No, I remember the first time I saw him. I went up to my locker upstairs to put my content. Excuse me. He's always stealing things. Sorry, quick intermission because someone has a lot of energy. Shouldn't after running 5 kilometers. Oh. Okay, lay down.
Probably ran 6 by the amount of fucking ups and backs he did.
Oh yes, I vividly remember seeing him for the first time. I was going upstairs to my locker to put my lunch box back in my locker, and I looked down the hall, down the corridor, and there was one other person in the corridor, and it was Max, and I could just see his legs and his lower body sticking out.
Calves. You saw my calves and you were like, that's it, he's the one.
I could see, excuse me, Bert. I could see him sticking out from underneath his locker. He was actually up there testing his blood because he's a type 1 diabetic. So that was my first introduction to, I was like, why is this guy at his locker? It's only really girls that go inside at lunch to put their containers away. And yeah, that's when I saw him for the first time. Fell in love immediately.
I thought I was a girl.
He had long hair when we met, actually. And when do you remember seeing me for the first time?
I don't remember the first time.
No,
the first time I took notice of you.
Your earliest memory.
Running around doing the 800 meter race around the oval.
I would have been looking good doing the 800 meters.
Who is that hottie?
Absolutely dying. Running has never been my strong suit.
Who is that beauty?
I would have been at the back of the pack. Okay, so easily the most asked question by a mile was, so when are you getting married? When is Max proposing?
If I had $1 for every time someone asked me that, I would never have to work again in my life.
We would be engaged.
She'd have a rock about this big.
So So we've been together for 9 years. In this March, it was 9 years. I don't know. I mean, I would love to be engaged, but we're not in a rush. Like, we're only 23, almost 24.
I'm only 23.
We're only 23, and I think our frontal lobes haven't even fully developed yet, guys. And I honestly just feel like, personally, I'll speak for myself, so you can speak next. I think, like, if he asked me today, it would be yes. He knows it would be yes. But it's more so just the timing of it. Like, for me, getting engaged, I don't want like long engagement. I don't want to be engaged for like 3 years. I would rather get engaged to get married. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if we were going to get engaged, it would be, oh, like, we're getting married next year. Like, fuck yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
It would be, you know, like, go time. So I don't think it's necessary to, like, get engaged just for the sake of getting engaged. We'll get engaged when we're ready to spend money on a wedding. And right now we're kind of like, well, we know we're going to be together. Do we need to spend, like, some of our friends' weddings have been like $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, which of course, like, I'm so excited for our wedding, but at the moment it's like, is there other things we could spend that money on? Do we need to like get married first, or do we want to get married first? Maybe the answer is yes. We actually don't really know right now what the first thing we want to do is. We've always just spent our money on traveling. Yeah. So that's kind of been our priority.
I always say to Mayo, I'd rather have a wedding for $1,000 and spend $50,000 traveling for 3 months.
We would love that.
However long.
I would love to do like a big honeymoon and a smaller wedding. I do want a wedding though, I think. Like, I don't want to elope, but I would be happy to have like a small cozy wedding with just our favourite people and like...
Yeah, like Bert.
I guess...
Bert could be our celebrant.
Bert can definitely be our ring bearer.
Ring Berta.
Ring Berta.
Soon as diamonds start growing on trees.
Max is also starting up his business this year. Like, we just have so many...
I could either buy a tall trailer or I could buy a ring.
And he's chosen the tall trailer. Just gotta keep him on his toes. Someone could swoop in and grab me at any point. You gotta... Come on. Someone could sweep me off my feet. They could see me out and about with my friends and be like, oh, she's not married. She's on the market.
Man knows how good she's got it. She's not going anywhere.
Just quietly, while Max is getting better treat, he just feels so much pressure with that question because people ask him it all the time. And I bring it up all the time. I know. It's a lot. What have you got? You're so lucky. Where have you travelled to so far? We did California once to visit his brother. Then we did the big 2-month US road trip last year. We've done, I think, maybe 2 months in Europe. It was around 2 months, was it? Travelling Europe. So we've done England, France, Austria, Italy. This one, are you guys waiting to do it?
No. Nope.
No, we're not. But respect to anyone who can. Are you guys planning on having kids soon or ever? Soon? No.
Not soon. Ever? Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Definitely. I definitely want kids. Obviously, I've already talked about that a little bit.
Soon as in like...
Not in the next couple of years, I don't
plus.
think. Yeah, like, if it happened right now, we are not ready. But I think, personally, I want 4 kids. I would love 4 kids.
Bless you.
You want?
Yeah, 4 is probably 1 too many.
Yeah, I think you've always said 3. But I love being one of 4. Hey, buddy. I love being one of 4.
You're sort of one of 2.
Yeah,
and then
it was
another 2.
Yeah, it was me and my sister, and then the big age gap, and then 2 more sisters. And I loved the dynamic of 4 of us way more than just the 2 of us. I love having 3 sisters. And you've got a big family. He's got 2 sisters, 2 brothers. Yeah. Dream travel destination. If you could go anywhere tomorrow, where would you go?
Japan.
Yeah. Honestly, right now, I feel like mine's Africa.
Africa.
I'm so...
I want to climb Mount Kilimanjaro so bad.
Yeah, I just would love to do a safari in Africa. I'd love to go back to Europe. I'd love to go to America. Oh, one of the questions was, would you ever move House, yes. We don't own this house. That was another question. But where would we want to move to? We've always said that we would go like Sydney because Max has spent time there. He did school over there when we were long distance. His parents live there. One of his brothers lives there. So he's got lots of family over there. And we love Sydney. But I have always wanted to live in California. I've always wanted to live. Yeah, see, Max has lived in California before. He lived there for 6 months with his brother. I have just literally since I was a child, it's just ingrained in me. I've always wanted to. I don't know why. It's just there. And at the moment, like in this political climate, it has definitely put me off. But stop biting. If you weren't aware, we do not like the Orange Man. Never have, never will. So that definitely puts us off at the moment. I've always wanted to live in California. NorCal, SoCal, don't care.
No
care.
SoCal.
I always imagine myself going at this age, but I don't see us doing that right now just because of what's going on in the world.
I want to live in Canada somewhere.
Yeah.
I just want to live somewhere where it snows.
Yeah.
While it's snowing. Do like a snow season in Canada or something.
Personally, but both of us, I feel like we've really been struggling with figuring out when to do it. Like we always thought we would do it now. We would move away. Specifically before we got Burr, but even now.
And now Burr's ruined it.
No. You come with us. We just can't figure out, do you do it now or do we buy a house now while it's potentially more affordable than it'll ever be? Or I'm so confused. Do we move to Canada? Do we move to California? Do we live those dreams now or do we do the whole buy a house, have a family thing first? I'm just so confused. I hope at some point in my life I live there. Max is taking Bert outside, so it's back to just me and there's not many left really. How did you decide to get Bert? I personally didn't want a dog for the longest time because I knew that if I was going to have a dog, I really wanted to be able to give it all the love and attention I possibly could. I didn't want it to feel neglected or just I also really wanted to be able to afford it properly. So I wanted to wait till we got to that point where we could give our dog everything that we needed. That's how I feel about children as well, is I just really want to be in a place where we can give our all and not hopefully have to worry as much financially. Not that you can't have a great life for your kids when you are tight on money or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying, but that's just personally. But yeah, I never wanted one, and then all of a sudden, I was waiting for the right moment, and we found this dog, and Max has always wanted a chocolate lab, and he texted it to me and was like, what do you think? Should we get a dog? Asked me for the 1,000th time, and all of a sudden my mind changed. I saw that photo and I was like, oh my God, I can picture myself with a dog all of a sudden. It feels right. We can afford him. I did all the math. And it just felt right. And we chose Bert from a photo. We were like, yeah, no, it's that one. He's the one. And yeah, love at first sight. And it was the best decision. He's made life so much better. The last question, I think, the final question while you're here is, what's it like dating a diabetic? I'm a type 1 diabetic and struggle with dating / intimacy. Personally, for me, it doesn't change anything for me. It wouldn't, you know what I mean? It doesn't put me off being with you.
I feel like for me, I see people ask things like that, or I see questions like that, and I don't. Almost, not that I can't relate, but I sort of can't, because I've never seen it as something that's stops me from doing anything.
Yeah, he's had it since he was 4, so you've never really known a life without it.
That's what I mean. I don't know any difference, and it's never really stopped me from doing anything. Yeah,
he's always been very athletic, very you've always done everything. You've been very. It's never stopped you from your schooling, and you just.
I just felt like I was crook all the time.
Yeah, it's not to take away from the fact though that it is a fucking awful.
Oh yeah, no, I absolutely hate it, and I'd love to not have it.
Yeah, it's a lot to for people who don't understand what it's like it is really full on. Whoa, Bert is humping, and yeah, honestly, for me, it would never ever be a reason for me to not be with him. So I hope that eases your mind a little bit. Are we getting? Sorry, we're getting
softcore action in the background. Hardcore, maybe.
Can you please go to your room, mate? A bit of privacy, please.
Diabetes, it's pretty frustrating and annoying, and
full time.
Yeah,
It is
just-
exhausting.
it's constantly annoying. But as I said, it hasn't really stopped me from doing anything. Sometimes
Yeah.
it just makes things harder.
Yeah, I think everyone has something. Like, everyone... Yeah, I am a very anxious person, always have been, so that's one thing I bring into our relationship, and it's never stopped you from loving me, I guess.
Nah.
But everyone's got something. I think if someone was to not date you because you have to give yourself insulin injections, or you have a pump, or you have a sensor, that is
need
just
jelly
so...
beans.
Yeah, or you need your jelly beans or your lollies. That is so surface level, and he's not the one for you anyway.
You should put him in the bin.
Yeah,
For sure.
or he or she, whoever it
Put
is.
them in the bin.
Like, I just think that's a terrible excuse. Anyway, that is all of the questions. I feel like I answered so many more than I thought I was going to. I screenshotted literally 50 and I was like, I'll answer as many as I can. And that was so much fun. I hope you feel like you know me a little bit better. I hope that isn't too long. Too many questions. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. It's a good one. We have a very busy week coming up. Yeah, bye.